I noticed that in fact Georgia has made a lot of people a lot of money in real estate. And this goes back to 6, 7 years. And I noticed that it's the Israelis, the Palestinians, the Ukrainians, the Russians, the Turkish, the Greeks, Azerbaijan, Polish as well, all the neighboring countries, fellow citizens, right? They know about Georgia because Georgia is known as the Las Vegas of the Black Sea. And when you're here, you do see bright lights, casinos, and during summer, the beach is full, really full. I'm not kidding you.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. Today's guest, Eric Tan, is the head of international sales with Silk Development, developers in the country of Georgia. Thank you for joining us today, Eric.
Happy to be here, Dylan, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, when we talk about developing in some markets outside of the US, I mean, it certainly is a market that I frankly knew very little about until speaking with you just now. I'd like to start there. How did you get into developing in Georgia?
No, I'm not the one developing. I work for this company that is the largest conglomerate in the whole Caucasus region. We are called the Silk Road Group. So, if we talk about the genesis, why am I here, right? So, as I mentioned to you, Dylan, just now, that's an interesting story. So, I was living in Romania before I decided to take on this role in Georgia. And before that, I didn't even think about Georgia in my head. And so what is famous in Georgia right now, if you were to just go look on the internet, very famous Ali and Nino statue, right? Where there are two metallic statues that goes towards each other and just merge and go past. It's the male and female. It's a very famous love story. So that is one of the iconic landmarks in Batumi. So our project is just right beside Ali and Nino. So it's a location second to none. So anyway, for me, I'm known as the Chinese here in Batumi, interestingly. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to take up the role, because I came here for market research, where the company brought me here. And then I did a lot of studies. I looked at it. I immersed myself. I noticed that, in fact, Georgia has made a lot of people a lot of money in real estate. And this goes back to 6, 7 years. And I noticed that it's the Israelis, the Palestinians, the Ukrainians, the Russians, the Turkish, the Greeks, Azerbaijan, Polish as well, all the neighboring countries, fellow citizens, right? They know about Georgia because Georgia is known as the Las Vegas of the Black Sea. And when you're here, you do see bright lights, casinos, and during summer, the beach is full, really full. I'm not kidding you. And even at night, 10 p.m., you see people walking along the streets, taking photos, having fun, and having parties every other corner, every single day. No kidding. I witnessed it last year, so I've been here for almost a year. So this will be my second summer. And so back to those countries that I mentioned, So these people have been here investing in real estate where it was as low as 20, 30, or even 40,000 US dollars per studio apartment.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Now, of course, back then, the whole environment wasn't so certain. So you really need to be very bold, and I call it, you need to have balls of steel to come in, right? And those fellas, high risk, super high rewards. They make their money today. Now, today, the environment is very different from back then. It's very stable. The taxation system is fantastic for all investors. Just so you know, it's zero capital gain tax, 0% property tax, and super easy to open a bank account, super easy to open a business here. And when I say easy to open a bank account, say as a tourist, say you're from the US. When you enter the country of Georgia with your US passport, you can stay here 1 year visa for free. And you walk into a bank, and in 30 minutes, you open a bank account. It's as simple as that. Because I did it on my own. It's easy, and I've got many other customers doing the same as well, right? So, yes. So the investment climate, of course, as we speak right now, Iran and Israel is having this situation, and then we have the UAE being affected as well. So it shows to the world that UAE is no longer bulletproof, right? So we're not trying to sell on other people's miseries, not that. But it shows that for Georgia, we are in a very unique position geographically, and it's proven to be a really safe haven. Of course, it's not going to be forever like that, right? If I would say it's going to be forever, I'm starting to sound like a scam. It's not. But I can dare say in the next 10 to 15 years, the emerging market status, and when you look at the growth chart and all this, it's really something that everyone can consider because of the investor-friendly environment, the tax systems, the visa, the visa, easy visa entry, and the way the whole market is right now. You see, it's really very difficult, and using words to describe until you are here to see for yourself, which a lot of my Asian friends or open-minded friends, when they ask me, Eric, where are you? I'm like, I'm in Georgia, Batumi. Now, those who are close-minded, they will say, what is that? Is that a James Bond villain country or what? And what are you doing there? Human trafficking? I said, no. Those who are open-minded, they come, and then they tell me, I understand why you are here, and I understand what can be done here. So, I mean, I have a lot more things to say, of course, on what kind of investors are here. But yes, Dylan, I'll stop here and I will let you carry on with your question.
One question that I have is, you mentioned the price of an apartment. Right now, if someone wanted to buy, a condo or an apartment, what would the prices be for a modest, 1 or 2 bedroom apartment somewhere in the capital?
Now, the prices starts from 100,000 US dollars and above. Of course, there are cheaper ones, but I wouldn't recommend investors to go for cheap ones because I notice as well, why are they so cheap? There's a reason, because of the building quality. They are probably built like a shoebox. Soundproofing is super bad. So I kid you not. The dude beside you, if he coughs, if he farts, you can hear him. True story.
The walls will be that thin. Yeah.
True story. And the building code is very different from what we have in the US or first world country, right? So you can see a big building with hundreds of units, but they only have 2 elevators. So during summer, people wait for an hour or so just to get up and down. So that is also a problem why that's the reason why they're cheap, right? So you don't want to buy those kind of developments.
If we talk specifically about, comparing the quality of life, and then also, what people expect versus the US versus China and other countries, are people going to have a consistent energy grid? Is all the plumbing, drinkable water? What's consistent throughout the city?
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
All that you have mentioned is consistent because I've experienced it myself, because I stay here in Batumi. And mind you, I come from Singapore, first world country, super expensive. So we would expect super efficiencies here, but of course it's not. But as you mentioned, those consistencies are important and they are here. Because don't forget, Batumi relies very much on tourism. So if they are not consistent on that, they can't call themselves the Las Vegas or the Black Sea, right? And what I like about here would be the pace of life, food, accessibility to really real healthy organic food. I know back in US, real healthy organic food is going to cost a bomb or is non-existent, GMOs and stuff like that. Over here, I tell you, every summer, we get so much raspberry, blueberries, and blackberries. They're organic. Why do I know that? Because when you buy them all, in 3 days' time, if you don't eat them, they
It's
rot.
bad.
Exactly. So these are the real deal.
That's how you know there's no preservatives in it. I would like to ask you a little bit about the climate for folks who are getting into real estate investing out there. Is the typical person investing out there a full-time real estate investor or developer? Is this somebody who they do this as their occupation? Or are you also seeing maybe folks from other countries who are buying, let's say, an apartment or a condo or someplace, maybe as somewhere where they'd like to vacation from time to time, but also as a passive investment of some variety?
You're right. And since the day I got here to now, the kind of deals that we've done, we've got people from all around the world. In fact, we have got 2 Americans who invested in our project, right? So to make it simple, I break it down into 3 categories of investors that we have. So imagine a pyramid, yeah? So at the bottom, I call it the low stakes investor. So what do I mean by low stakes investor? Meaning if you have if your budget is about 100 to 200,000 US dollars, because that's that's what you have at max, right? Go for it, because you're at the stage where we can call this a forced savings. You're forcing yourself to save money every month because as a developer, we offer 0% interest, 48 months installments. So you don't have to go to the bank to get a mortgage, right? So you're forcing yourself to save every month or every 3 months. That's where the payment frequency is. And then at the same time, you can ride the capital appreciation. So we have typically like that. Now, the mid-tier investors are also interesting because these are the guys that say, hey, Eric, I've got a million to 1.5 million US dollars. So they come in, typically they buy about 10 units, right? So why about 10 units? Because in the end, or at some point, they can sell 5 and keep 5. So the mid-tier stakes investors is about wealth generation. They have enough capital, they still want to generate more wealth. We have them as well. Now, the top tier is the most interesting. So recently, in fact, 3 of them, huge ones. I've got a tax advisor from Cyprus, yeah, and he's German, super smart guy. So he came, we spoke, he loved the project. Cut the long story short, he said, I want 5 units. So he bought 5. The next day he came back, saying, Eric, I like what is presented. I like your project. I'm going to do another 30. So in total, he bought 35 units worth 4.4 million US dollars. So why is he doing that? Because at this stage, it's about wealth protection, right? They want the money to be parked at in a safe environment when they know they can liquidate and with very beneficial tax systems. So then we have another case, which is a 78-year-old Jewish doctor from Germany as well. He knew about our project. He's 78 years old. And he said, look, I love it because the inheritance tax in Germany is ridiculous.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
And I need to take up the money, put it somewhere in Georgia, which is your project. I know it's going to help me pass down this asset to my next generation. So he came in with $2.8 million. So we have many examples like that at different stakes that the investor can afford. We are able to cater to your needs.
Now,
So
one
that
question
is
for investors who are, you mentioned different walks of life. What's the typical hold time, if you will, for these investments? Is this something where they're investing for 5 years, or is this a longer term investment, or is it shorter term? It just depends on the goals of the investor.
I think if you really want to make money from real estate, it's never an overnight thing, right? Real estate is about really building wealth. So I think the time horizon, you have to look at least 2 years and above before you can see the capital appreciation worth it for you, right? And at the same time, because over here in Georgia, when you open a bank account, your interest rate offered by the bank is 10% per annum. So we typically advise clients to open a bank account here, put some money here, earn the interest, and at the same time you buy real estate. So you're using all the tools around here to make money. And mind you, the exchange rate between the local currency here, which is Georgian lari, versus the US dollars has been very stable. So
Wow.
do not worry about the fluctuations and then you may lose this and that. I can dare tell you it is stable.
Now, for folks who are, you mentioned, a doctor, you mentioned people who are buying, many units at a time. What is their, I would say, overall, and it's going to differ person to person, but is there overall strategy to buy and hold, or are you seeing most people who are doing this in, like you mentioned, 2 to 5 years?
As I said, it's all different risk appetite, right? The low stakes fellas, typically we will tell them to hold for as long as we can because, as I said, it's a forced saving. And they want that big payday with the capital appreciation, right? Fine. So then you need a longer time horizon. The mid-tier stakes guys, short term, 2 years, 3 years, sell 5, keep 5 if they have 10 units. Then typically they are already, taking back their capital and using that to make more money. Now, the top tier, they are not thinking about making more money. They are just wanting to make sure that the money is safe. Still, because of the tax benefits here. So personally, I've seen different profiles. And one more thing I'd like to add, Dylan. In fact, last year I was on a Bitcoin.com podcast sharing this project with the Bitcoin guys, right? And during that period, Bitcoin was at 120 US dollars per Bitcoin. And right after the show, we had some dudes that are really fast fingers. They got in touch. One of them bought 2 units with 2 Bitcoin. So in 5 minutes, they wired we received USDT as well. We got a deal done. And today, because Bitcoin has gone down, they're happy because they're using real estate and Bitcoin to hedge against one another.
To hedge each
So
other.
yeah, so you see, there's so many things that we as a developer or we having such a product, we are able to cater to different investors because what is their real intention? We will never uncover,
Yeah.
right? All we know is that we can help them.
It's different for every person. I would like to pivot a bit here, Eric, and ask you specifically about the hotel space. And this is really coming from my perspective as a licensed realtor in the state of Texas in the US. When we talk about hotels, hotels generally speaking, require a significant amount of management, and of course the management will drive the performance of the hotel overall, and then also the city that they're in, right? That's going to be a big driving factor of hotels. Where you're at, are hotels expanding? Is there a need for more hoteliers and for people to invest in hotels, or is there a sufficient supply currently on market of hotels?
Now, there is a huge oversupply of mass market hotel apartments, but there's a shortage of luxury hotel rooms or hotel apartments. Yeah. And I don't generally advise people to come in for the cheap stuff because do not be lured by the low price and low entry price because there's a reason why things are cheap, right? Now, because on our end, we have the hospitality department and we run several five-star hotels here in Georgia. So we have the stat. Our annual occupancy rate can hit as high as 70 to 75%. Now, mind you, Batumi itself is a seasonal touristy area. So during summer is the peak, and during the low season will be the colder months, right? However, for us, we are still able to maintain consistent occupancy rate. It's because we have our own casinos as well. So people who come during the low season are the casino fans, right? They don't care about the weather. They just want to come here and enjoy. And who are the guys that come to the casino here are the Turkish, the Israelis, the Palestinians, yeah, mostly the Jewish and the Muslim crowd, right? Because back in their countries, they don't have a casino. So that's why they are here during the low season where they enjoy more because they don't have a lot of the crowd on the streets. So during summer, you see a different crowd altogether. You see a bit more on the family side, more on the youngster crowd because of the parties. So all walks of life, and that's where things get interesting because when we are a conglomerate, we have so many different businesses that we understand and we have all the big data. So we know how to be sure that we assure clients that they get the returns that we have projected to them.
We are coming up on time here, Eric. What's the best way for folks to reach out to you or your team?
Send me an email at eric.cat@silkdevelopment.com. I can write to you below for sure, I know. And we are happy to host you in Batumi. If you are here, happy to show you around. There's so many things really that are willing to share insider stories, especially Dylan, and with the the audience who are interested to know more.
Eric, thank you so much for your time today. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.